A Rome community is reeling after a father and mother died in an ATV accident. Their kids, also getting injured, are at home and also in the hospital recovering. Atlanta News First Alani Latang is live in Floyd County. Alani, you spoke with some of the family.
I did, and we're talking about a father of 10 and a mother of 3. This is just a horrible loss for this family, and even more so for the children that had to witness this painful tragedy over what was supposed to be a fun holiday weekend. So what we know from officials in Cherokee County, Alabama, is that they say an ATV with 9 passengers, 2 adults and 7 children, had been speeding when it hit another ATV, and that caused the ATV with the 9 people to roll over and hit a tree. Family tells us the male driver's name is Marcus. He died after being ejected. His passenger, her name is Ashley. Officials say she died at the hospital. And the 7 children, all siblings, suffered varying injuries. One of the most severe is Marcus's 13-year-old son. His family tells me that he suffered a skull fracture. His 10-year-old daughter also, we're told, has a broken collarbone. The family says Marcus is a free spirit. They say Ashley is a family person who brought everyone together. And Marcus's sister tells me what it was like when his mother called her to tell her the news.
Only thing she couldn't get out was Marcus dead. And I was like, huh? And she was like, Marcus is dead. And I was like, well, what happened? And she just couldn't say nothing. She just kept saying Marcus dead. And I was like, well, okay, well, I'm gonna call you back. So I just went into my house to get what I had to get or whatever. And I just went out the door and was headed back down to Cartersville. And I called my sisters to let them know what was going on. But it was just disbelief.
Some of the children are still in the hospital. The family has an online donation set up to help with the children's recovery. Reporting live in Floyd County, I'm Alani Latang, Atlanta News First.